So let's talk about the lateral shuffle. Okay, the lateral shuffle, or the defensive movement that we see in the sport of basketball, where the athlete is in a good athletic stance and they move laterally. So the lateral shuffle requires that we have one leg does the primary pushing. The other leg, which would be the front leg, does the primary pulling. But remember, we're not as strong when we're trying to pull our body, so we pull after we've already gained momentum in that direction. So my backside leg moves my body this way. While that's happening, the front leg is reaching out, grabbing some ground, and it's pulling as my body's moving over it, which lessens the force needed in my hamstrings and my glutes of this front side leg to pull me, okay? So it's a backside push, followed by a front side pull, followed by a recovery, and then we repeat the sequence. Now, what you're going to notice in your lateral shuffle is that the front side leg will typically externally rotate. So the foot will turn out, and the athlete will often pull either from their heel or sometimes from a flat foot, but typically we'd like to see it from the heel because it's more stable then. And the reason for that is because, number one, when we generate a lot of speed to try to escape this space, so if I push really fast, the natural, intuitive nature of a human being to escape space is to turn and run and to get away. But because the skill in basketball requires us to shuffle and stay squared up with our opponent, what we want to do is we're going to push, take advantage of this heel, which goes right directly into my hamstrings and my glutes, and it also, I get some good stability from my calf muscle to allow me to be able to be really stable on the pull. As where, if we do it with a front leg, I'm fighting this potential pivoting and rotation, especially if I'm on the ball of my foot, right? Even if I'm flat-footed, now I'm pulling with groin, deep high groin muscles, adductor muscles, which are not really designed to be great accelerators or movement muscles that help me have a lot of speed. Okay, they're more going to stabilize and they'll support the movement a little bit. So we want to make sure when we shuffle, we push hard with the backside leg down and away. As my body moves in that direction, the front side leg reaches out and it pulls as I'm moving in this direction. I would never reach, pull a dead sitting body, right? That's not going to be healthy. So we're going to push and we're going to move, and that front side leg actually needs to open up. Years ago, I used to say, well, if the athlete does open up, if they don't, that's up to them, whatever. I'm more convinced after years and years of doing this that if the front side leg doesn't open up, we're probably going to incur an injury over time because of having a perpendicular foot, but we're also going to be slower and we're not going to be able to gain as much distance. Just like sprinting, we want to increase our stride, the length of our stride. Same thing laterally. We don't want short little steps because I can't gain distance. I need to be able to push and get out there by using force on the back leg and then pulling on the front side. So there you go. There's your lateral shuffle to help you become a better defender in smaller spaces. If we need to have more speed, then we go to a new technique which we call a lateral run, which we'll talk about next.